and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure most of you, it's your first time to see me, talk to you guys like this. And if you like it, please let me know in the comment section below so I can be doing this like almost every time I upload a new video. So if it's your first time to be on this channel, please, this is me. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel because I'll be bringing you more interesting content as usual. Okay, so in today's video, I bring you this video that I found on TikTok, very interesting video, which started just like any other normal video. So this content creator was talking about who's the best rapper, who's the best this, who's the best this, until it took a turn, guys. And let me not bore you with the details. Let me just show you the clip, and then we are gonna talk after this.
Conversations black people aren't ready to have. Number one, Tevin Campbell's I'm Ready is a better song than Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk. Number two, Jazz from Drew Hill was always a better singer than Cisco. Cisco was just more marketable. And number three, my personal favorite, we as a collective owe Terry from Soul Food an apology because she was not the villain for taking care of that ashy, entitled ass family. Fight me in the comments if you want to.
Okay, so that is the video. I'm sure most of you already have something to say because I have something to say, please. And there's no need for you guys to be hating in the comments. Just, feel free to join on this trend. Like, I'm sure you've got something to say. Yeah, so when this video was posted on TikTok, but like I said, it took a turn, like from talking about rappers to, taking it. Like, people started pouring their hearts out. Yeah, and I'm sure you've got something to say. I have something to say. Remember, this video is about conversations black people are not ready to have. So I'm sure you've got something to say. Please feel free to leave that in the comment section below. For example, black people are not ready for this. Yeah, you get the point. Let's get into the stitches.
People aren't ready to have.
That the black community is its own problem. Now, systematic racism does exist, but we're our biggest problem. Not the white man, not the police, but black people are black people's biggest problem.
Conversations black people aren't ready.
Black people can also be racist. Black people don't own dreadlocks. Dreadlocks was in Africa the same way they are in India, so yes, dreadlocks was in Asia. Not to mention Native Americans who also practice wearing dreadlocks. In ghetto isn't a culture, and discipline is very much different from abuse. Your daughter isn't a maid, while your son is a king. You don't need to be in competition with your daughter. It's okay for your sons and daughters to make mistakes, because even we adults still make mistakes. And at the end of the day, not because you're old I mean say you're always right, and not because you're my granny mean me have to respect you if you don't show me no respect.
Aren't ready to have.
It's the fact that the only way my people will learn something, get educated by something, or stick or follow a concept that is good for us has to be surrounded around entertainment, partying, clout, and fun. And everyone knows this, everyone. And the fact that our people won't listen to something unless it's entertaining, won't follow it unless it's entertaining, those who want to oppress us and those who want to take advantage of us, even those who look like us, know this very fact and are using it to lure you in. I know this won't go viral. I know I'm going to get in trouble for this, but it is what it is. I'm not even going to go into the fact that if a celebrity is not attached to an idea or something that is going to liberate us, nobody's going to show up. I'm just a man crying out in the wilderness saying to make black smart again, make black intellectual again, make black accountable again, make black great again, make black very, very, very shrewd again. Because sometimes the thing that's going to liberate us isn't going to be surrounded around entertainment. Sometimes it's going to be information. We have to develop a palate. We have to develop a taste for just information, no matter how boring, no matter how deep you got to think about it, because entertainment, I'll just say this, the revolution will not be televised. I'm talking about a financial and economic revolution, spiritual revolution. We need to get back to God, folks. A family revolution. We need to get our families back, because while most communities are always building silently together, we're just waiting for the next big lit party where all the celebrities going to be at to teach us about things. Wake up.
Number one, your kids should be able to express themselves and say how they feel without it turning into an argument or y'all going days or months without talking to each other. Two, your child should not be paying rent under your household. I don't care if they turn 18 and got a job, they should not be paying rent. That creates generational poverty. You should take that money, if you're going to take money from your child, and put it in a savings account and save it for their car, their college, or their down payment on a house. And three, temptations is better than 5 heartbeats. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. Bye.
Black people aren't ready to have. Number one.
9 times out of 10, your child is not getting an attitude with you, and they're not deliberately trying to disrespect you every single time they have a bad day. Sometimes what you think is an attitude is just them being rightfully offended at some crazy off the wall, out of pocket shit that you just said to them. Or they're having a bad day at school. Or they're just feeling sad that day. Or they're not really thinking about their tone at all. They're just talking to you freely, and you're going out of your way to let them know that this is not a safe space to speak freely. Not everything is your child getting an attitude. Maybe don't be so hypersensitive. You're so busy trying to make sure that your kid doesn't talk to you the way you assume white kids talk to their parents that you're forgetting to be nice to your kids. Your children still need you to be nice to them. Your children still need you to give them the benefit of the doubt because they're just kids. Not everything is them trying to usurp your authority.
People aren't ready to have.
We let Tyler Perry become a billionaire. We're propping up some of the worst stereotypes about black women and black men. While Jim Brown is often propped up as the symbol of black masculinity, let's also be honest that apart from his civil rights advocacy, he was also a domestic abuser who had issues taking accountability for his behavior, even up until the end of his life. Far too many elderly black folk have issues with the LGBTQI community. Meanwhile, they've had gay people and queer people actively in their family. There just weren't terms for them at that time. Had Tupac and Biggie lived, they would have eventually dropped some really garbage albums, and their views on social issues would have come to light. Let me tell you, a lot of them wouldn't have been good. And old black folks, stop trying to convince us there's something great about Joe Biden. We voted for him because we didn't want the other guy. Don't act like that 94 crime bill didn't do utter devastation to us for a couple generations now.
Number one,
we have no idea what it means to be unified as a race. 2, we're too accepting and inviting of other people to our shit when our shit not even all the way ours for real. 3, a lot of black kids are held to a standard and an expectation to perform and execute at a certain level of proficiency when their parents or their community or their village did not even equip them with the knowledge to even be successful to do that. 4, people be too thirsty to gather for bullshit before they be ready to gather for business. 5, too large of a number of successful black people like to gatekeep because they develop an elitist mindset, even down to little shit like being able to travel a lot and having a passport. 6, there's not enough accountability when it comes to why so many family structures are not solid and why so many people just choose to not deal with their families in general. 7, there's not enough financial literacy being taught in most black households. 8, a lot of parents are jealous of their.
And you know, the bitter truth is that most of these things are the truth. And it's only that we people are not ready to talk about these things, especially when they're being spoken against. It's a bitter truth. Most of you agree with me. Most of you agree with these videos. Let's just continue watching. Please don't come for me when I leave my own thoughts at the end of this video.
people aren't ready to have. Number
Y'all stop opening up these food businesses if you don't know how to cook. Just because you fry chicken don't make it soul food, and just because you use blackened seasoning or Old Bay don't make it seafood. There are other spices and herbs in that cabinet that y'all need to use. Please season your food. And since when did we start putting parsley on everything that we cook? I ain't never known my grandmas just put parsley on top of soul food to make it look pretty. It's not supposed to look pretty. It's supposed to touch. It's supposed to run off the plate. Okay? It's supposed to stick to our stomachs. Y'all be having plates looking pretty and tasteless. That is not it. Number 2, my black card may get revoked, but Church's biscuits are better than Popeye's biscuits. Argue with your mammy. We've been talking about that dry biscuit for 30 years, and every time it touch our lips, we gasping for air or something to drink. Okay? Number 3, If by Destiny Childs, that was a true breakup song. Trust and believe. If your significant other ever starts singing If in your relationship, the relationship is over. Because if you don't know, now you know you gonna miss. Okay? Number 4, y'all stop telling these little girls or boys meaning them and hit on them that he likes them. That is not the truth, okay? We are psychologically deceiving our young ladies, and they grow up being mistreated and abused in relationships, talking about it's love. It's not love. Let's stop that real quick. Number 5, y'all stop leaving the church because people in the church hurt y'all, okay? God ain't hurt you. If you want to get payback, just ride up and down that person's street, start asking questions, and you're going to get answers. Look them up on Google. Look them up on y'all county search. Trust me, you're going to find out some stuff, and just drop a little gem next to them. They'll leave you alone. Trust me, they will. Last but not least, there is no difference between the Republican and Democrat Party because they both lie. They both deceive. They both hand out broken promise. I'm telling you, each and every year they do this, and we continue to talk about who's better than who's better than what. They get in office and they do nothing. They get in office and only one thing changes, and that's gas prices, and not in our favor. It done went up. We got to do better.
Aren't ready to have.
Number one, if I wear tank tops and shorts in the house and you feel like your man is looking at me, maybe you should make that man leave. Number two, red is not grown. It's a fucking color. Get over it. Number three, earn respect, you gotta get respect. If you have to earn it in order to get it. I don't care if you older. I don't give a fuck if you my grandma. If you do not respect me, I'm not gonna respect you. Number four, black parents, nobody don't want to talk to y'all because every time we try to talk to y'all always trying to make it about y'all. So that's why your daughter or your son do not talk to y'all. And last one, do you think we want to pay bills and you think that we want to pay groceries and shit? The only reason why we're trying to move out early is because of the parent. I'm done. I don't have nothing else to say.
Aren't ready to have.
Donald John Trump was about to seal the bag for the black community. Candace Owens is a better influence for young black girls than any female rapper out today. Barack Obama was more pro-LGBT than he was pro-black. I do not believe Kamala Harris of Jamaican Indian descent celebrated Kwanzaa. Would love to support more black businesses, but some of y'all really need to get that customer service thing down. Folks only supported Ketanji Brown Jackson because her skin is brown. Single motherhood rate in the black community is alarming. Voting for Democrats by default is dumb. Being hyper pro-black and dating interracially is an oxymoron. This is a dog-eat-dog world and you need to combat it with your brain and not your color. Abortion is a tenet of white supremacy. Unbelief in God is a tenet of white supremacy. Slavery is over. We can stop eating chitlins. Word. The Central Park Five are not innocent. Shame on black folks who supported O.J. Simpson. Racism and division is a multi-billion-dollar business. Stop being so fucking emotional and wake up. You're being used by a political party to push an agenda you do not stand for.
Number one, just because that's how you grew up don't mean that it was right. I don't care what they talked about in church, at your grandma them church. If it's not biblical, it's not right. Number two, you can be old and dumb. You can be old and ignorant. It is what it is. Like, there are young people who do no more because they have refused to not stay stuck in their ways. And so they allow the Lord to lead and guide them and gain knowledge and wisdom that you could learn from. Number three, it's not disrespect if you are corrected by somebody that is younger than you. Like, if you did something wrong, be humble enough to say, my bad, I apologize. And number four, Christianity is not the white man's religion, so I'm gonna need y'all to read your Bibles.
People aren't ready to have.
Number one, your child did exactly what that teacher said. You know that motherfucker is bad, but you don't want him to get kicked out because then he got to stay home with you. Garlic powder does not belong in macaroni and cheese. Neither does paprika. I do not care that you think it seasons it more. It does not belong in macaroni and cheese. A child or younger person in your family breaking a generational curse is not them being rude or disrespectful. It's them taking action against something that they've known was wrong for them for years. Accept it. Move on.
Black people aren't ready to have.
Black Americans and African/Caribbean Americans are two different types of black. It's not always racism. Yep, I said it. Just because you have an eldest child doesn't mean you have a 24/7 babysitter. Not everything Americans do should be a trend. They're kind of, most times when a black person is being fought out of power, it's by another black person.
People aren't ready to have.
I'm probably gonna catch a lot for this, and if this blows up, y'all gonna come in the comments for me, but it needs to be said. Stop treating your son like he your husband. That's not your husband, that's your child. Stop putting more expectation on your daughter than you do your son. I've personally seen this last one with my own eyes. Stop protecting these men or these women in your family that you know are child molesters, and you know that they've got some inappropriate relationship with children in your family, and yet instead of speaking up and say something, you turn the other cheek. Oh, we're not going to talk about this. This is a big family secret. No. We need to start talking about it, and we need to start coming up and saying something, because that ruins kids. That changes kids' lives, and I've seen it with my own eyes.
People aren't ready to have.
can y'all please, for the love of God, stop saying free people that y'all know need to be in jail? Like, I've never understood that a day in my life. Like, y'all know these motherfuckers be guilty, y'all know they did it, but y'all still want to say freedom. And it don't be like some little petty crimes. It be murders, robberies, all the other stuff, like the serious felonies, and y'all be wanting them free to cause more destruction to us. Oh nah, they right where they need to be.
Okay, so like I said at the beginning of this video, the main video, it started just like any other normal video, and I thought the stitches would be something like shorter men are better than taller men, this food is better than that food, until it took a turn in the stitches, and people just started pouring their hearts out. And here's my own take on this. Number one, please stop forcing your kids to go to college. Instead, find out what they love to do and help to build them in those areas. Number two, stop silencing the kids and invalidating their feelings because you are the parent, right? Number three, your child doesn't owe you anything. Stop putting bills in their names or on them. Stop making them pay bills. That's your house, and it's your responsibility to take care of them for as long as they are under your roof. If that's too much, let them start on their own. Number four, yeah. Parents, stop living through your children. Let them find their own identity. Last but not least, this is a real thing that needs to be talked about, and I think it's not talked about enough. Stop favoring certain children over other children because of who their dad is, or because they behave a certain way, or because of their accomplishment. You only bring hatred between your children, between your kids. Yeah, I said it. Now let's hear what you have to say. Drop it in the comment section below. Let's be peaceful about it. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed already, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.